Hi and welcome. So we're Team Spark, and we've been working together with obesity clinic here in Stockholm throughout this autumn. And Team Spark, Spark comes from that we wanted to spark joy and energy in our project. So, but we just wanted to start off with introducing ourselves. My name is Jennie Gustafsson, and I'm recently back here in Sweden after many years abroad. I'm working within project management and been working within many different industries. So it's very interesting to follow healthcare a little bit closer now. I'm looking forward to, I want to work more with the process and the facilitation of design thinking and innovation.
Thank you, Jennie. Hi, my name is Erik Skeppar. I'm a product designer currently working at a co-founded web agency called Mcharo. I have a bachelor degree in development studies and a degree in programming. I like problem solving, and I wish to pursue a career just solving problems, basically. And I think design thinking is a great way to solve problems.
Hi everyone, my name is Erika Råberg. I'm coming from a background as a visual artist and a curator. I've worked primarily in educational museum settings, including teaching, arts administration, writing, research, and so on. I am soon completing a master's in curating, including art management and law here in Stockholm at Stockholm University. And I'm really looking forward to applying design thinking in my future work in the fields of art, design, and culture.
And my name is Klara Hultin. I am a master's student in urban and regional planning at Stockholm University. I'm also currently working as a guide at an exhibition showing how and why the city of Stockholm is growing. And I really look forward to bringing the knowledge gained from this project into my role as an urban planner to work with innovative solutions for urban development.
I am Mohammed. I'm governance and development practitioner, and I've worked for public and private sectors, international organizations, and the United Nations in a variety of roles in developing countries. Currently, I'm doing my second master's in political science here in Sweden, and I look forward to use design thinking tools to solve societal challenges and execute policies in developing countries.
And I am Peter Mcharo, a graduate mechanical engineer from University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. I'm currently at KTH in a Global Development Hub Exchange Program, and I'm looking forward to use design thinking processes in my future studies and career as an engineer. Back to you, Jennie.
Thank you, Peter. So about 5 months ago, we got introduced to the obesity clinic, who gave us this challenge. If we look at the next slide there. So the challenge was to find new ways of delivering person-centered care to many more through the obesity clinic. It's thought necessary to utilize the healthcare staff in a more efficient way. And they saw that the use of digital tools might be a part of the solution, since it could be used in telemedicine and distributed more easily among the healthcare staff around the region. So that was the challenge we started out with, and then we went on a journey to get to know the staff, the clinic, and the patients more. And Klara's going to tell us a little bit more about that process.
Thank you. So in our first phase of the project, we performed interviews as well as a survey. And the interviews included 7 interviews with the staff at the obesity clinic, 4 interviews with patients, and an interview with a person from an organization called HOBS, meaning health regardless of size. And this picture explains our key findings focused on what the patients described as their needs. And we found that the biggest challenge is breaking old habits and creating new, healthier habits. And from interviews with patients, it was mentioned that it would be helpful with some type of reminder between sessions and maybe even follow-up meetings after the treatment at the clinic ended. Another insight gained was the need for individualized care. What one patient experiences good support could feel overwhelming for another patient. And this overwhelming feeling was brought up in the interviews as well. As the patients have to make big changes in their everyday life, they wish that they were given easy options that aren't too time-consuming. And further, when going through obesity care, you may often feel surrounded by stigma from society, and it can be hard to keep negative thoughts away. So, of course, when possible, the obesity care should be kept cheerful and fun. And if we go to the next slide, thank you. With our survey, we reached 25 participants. And in the survey, they were asked what type of tools they believed could help them. And they were given these 4 alternatives: reminders for healthy eating, reminders for exercise, motivational messages, and to be able to share the results with friends. And as we can see, all of the tools were considered helpful by at least half of the participants, but especially positive were people to reminders for healthy eating. Now I will give the word back to Jennie.
Thank you, Klara. So from these insights, we defined our scope, our point of view, which is how can the obesity clinic help people seeking care feel more empowered and access tools to live healthy lives in an obesogenic society. And from that point of view, from that scope, we started to, if we look at the next slide, we started to ideate. So from narrowing down, making it very clear, we started to broaden up again and trying to be really creative. So we went through a bunch of different techniques. For example, we ideated through different lenses. So what if we made an event? What if we made a collaboration? What if we made it free? How would that look like? We asked a bunch of different how might we questions. For example, how might we empower the patients? How might we make the healthiest choice, the easy choice? And we sketched out a bunch of different ideas on paper. Then we looked at the feasibility versus the like how original these ideas were, to try to kind of narrow them down back again. So we did that through, for example, using how now, wow, like how can we, these are some ideas that we had, how can we get monitoring devices to all the patients, and now something that might be a little bit more feasible now is we could create cooking classes or something. Wow, could be like a collaboration between the clinic and the food bag service. Could be a little bit more of a wow, a different thing. So that's how we worked through the ideation stage to be able to see different ways of working through our point of view. And now I'm going to pass it on to Peter. He will talk a little bit more about the different personas that we identified from the interviews and that's been following through the whole project.
Thank you, Jennie. So after the ideation phase, we came through these fictional characters who helped us to understand more of our challenge. And as you can see from these 3 personas, we have Miss Lisa Lyon, who is a teacher. And due to obesity, she has developed other diseases like heart disease. And since she has to undergo surgery, she must lose some weight, and we have to help her to arrange well her meals and give her some new recipes. And also we have an accountant, Mr. Sven Zebra, who is about to retire now and is afraid that he won't enjoy much time with his grandchild because he gained some weight as a result of sitting a lot in his office for quite some time. So he actually needs something to help him go out often and improve his health condition before retiring. And since he's more like an old-fashioned man, we have to consider that to have to find some concept which can suit him. Also, Daniel just moved out from his caretaker's house. He is now living by himself, and he has some challenges to arrange his timetable and other meals plan. So he's requesting for something to help him in his transition process. So later on, we will see how these three personas are going to benefit from the concept we are about to select. And in the next slide, we came up with these 5 concepts from the insights we gained from our personas and all those from above. And like you can see, we have a concept like an affinity group, which is more about helping people with obesity come together, share some recipes, encourage each other during the whole process. And other concepts like shop watch. This is aimed to make a healthier way of shopping and at a low price. Also, we have a magazine, which will be at a waiting room of the clinic to help people like Daniel, who are in transition process to make it out because it's hard. And so it will have some budgeting there, some new recipes, and some guidance through the transition process. And also we had Sparky, which is the daily habit reminder to help people control their habits. So from these 5 concepts, in the next slide, Mohammed will tell us how we came up with the best concept.
Thank you, Peter. We have developed a decision matrix in order to select the best from our 5 concepts. And these are the criteria that we have used to select the concept. For example, we had a criteria to increase efficiency for healthcare staff, which will help to increase the efficiency of the staff at the clinic. We also have criteria in feasibility, which we had considered a concept that can be easily implemented. In a criteria also, we have useful for individual outside the clinic, which we consider this criteria that can be used other people who do not attend at the clinic or maybe have other diseases like diabetic and want to control their diets and also do exercises. Each criteria was given a weight based on its contribution to the challenge. And finally, we ranked concepts and the result came up with Sparky as the winner, and which we further continue on working on it. And Erika will talk about why Sparky and how Sparky can also be benefit for the target, the users as well.
Thank you, Mohammed. So Sparky is a reminder system that motivates people to take care of themselves by taking care of this digital character who you can see on the left. Sparky is a cheerful light bulb who changes expressions from sad and worn out to happy and full of positive energy. Sparky has a game-like charm similar to the widely popular Tamagotchi from the 90s, which behaved like a small digital pet. However, he is not himself a game to be played on the phone, but rather a reminder system for new habit formation, which prompts its users to pursue real-world activities. Sparky is highly customizable. When setting him up, users can decide what kinds of wellness reminders they want and when they want these reminders to pop up on their phone. For example, it could be to take a walk, have a healthy snack, stretch, meditate, exercise, and so on. Users then input information, such as a photograph of their healthy meal when they've completed the task, and Sparky responds by shining a bit brighter. Obesity clinic staff could then be able to monitor patients' activities from a distance. I'll pass it off to Eric now, who will guide us through these features via our current prototype.
Thank you, Erika. So this is our prototype, current prototype. This is a prompt for taking a walk, and due to its highly customizable, some patients or individuals might benefit from a walk, some others, depending on. But in this case, we have a prompt for a walk, and it's gonna remind you what time you should go for that walk, or try to help you plan your day. It'll also plan how long you'll walk for. In this case, we have 10 minutes, so you'll be finished. Yeah, you can finish the walk after 10 minutes, which helps you keep track of the walk as well. Run through. Even meals will be possible to log and even further document. So, like the Tamagotchi thing, you have to feed the pet. You kind of feed Sparky as well. So you're going to share your food by inserting a photograph, and it will give a response. You'll feed Sparky, basically. And he will reward you for it by being happy. So these are some of the actions or activities that we feel that Sparky can assist with. We see a lot of potential with Sparky and how it can be implemented in different areas. And now let's have a look at Sparky in action.
So lastly, we'll wrap up by addressing some next steps. We've come a long way in developing Sparky, but there's still a lot of work to be done. For instance, we want to learn more about what Sparky should look like, how exactly should he behave based on concrete research, should he have a cute face, should it simply be a light bulb, Perhaps it even turns into an avatar where a user could create a digital version of themselves who will essentially cheer them on from their phone. There's still many, many directions that Sparky could take, and we really look forward to learning more as we continue to bring him to life. We also just want to send a sincere thank you to everybody involved in this experience. We've learned a tremendous amount from each other, from our coaches, Mats, Sofia, Jens, and Martin, from our former group member, Sara, and of course, the wonderful, generous staff at the obesity clinic. Thank you to everyone for working with us, and we really look forward to your feedback. And in the meantime, feel free to check out our website at sparky.health. Thanks so much.